Hey, how's it going? Obsidian, I am so excited you're here because we are finally going to build live from scratch. And what I'd like to do is present you with how to build Obsidian live together. What we're going to be looking at is an orientation. We're going to answer 5 different ways of starting from scratch to finish. In particular, starting with the perspective of what if you already had the system built? From the end in mind, working our way backwards. And what I've done is I'm gone ahead and prepared a little bit of the thinking that is needed when you're building a live system that most people skip. I've also set up my machine so that I could show you from scratch how I would actually approach it and build it in real time, collaborating and talking as if I was thinking out loud. So you get that part that's missing, the psychology of how to actually build these systems. And third, kind of some general notes on lingos, terminology, and other elements that are key to understand when you are building. So stay with me. Let's get excited. Let's build. And I can't wait because I've been thinking about this for so long. And now I actually get to do it and share it with you. Okay, let's start. Where are you at right now? If you looked at my other videos, I talk a lot about the psychology of getting started. What I want you to answer first and foremost is the for what, so that. Here's what I mean. Obsidian is a thinking tool. It's a way that you can actually take your notes and put them and make them live and actually start creating with that. But how do you get started? I want you to set up a one-liner of why you're going to use Obsidian and how it's going to help you. Because when you understand the direction, then you can define your intention. And that's the distinction here. Know where you're going and why the tool is going to help you. But I won't dive too deep into here because I want you to actually know this. As a beginner, it's important that you get to practice so that you can start being practical. And what I mean by that is the more you practice, the more you're able to actually start implementing it into practice. So some general lines of thinking when it comes to frameworks of what we're going to build is think about this as your MVP, which means your minimum viable product. We're building something that'll give us quick wins, that it's a clear before and after, so that you start getting the reinforcement that's often missing when you're trying a new tool. As a beginner, your goal is to gain experience. You see, many of us feel lost and we're confused with a lot of this PKM productivity type thinking, and we keep spinning over and over and over without actually stopping to think, hey, why am I doing this again? It's because you're getting experience that'll help your learning. And finally, think about this as action and iteration. The more action you take in the more form of reps and repetitions and actions, that's how you're able to move forward. So what do we do with Obsidian? Obsidian is really about note making, which I'm going to do a shout out here to Nick Milo and his amazing program with linking your thinking. And we're actually trying to find use cases. Some use cases just to kind of start priming the wheels or the pump, so to speak, capturing ideas. We're talking about learning. You're talking about finding your information at a future point and seeing this compound. It's the idea that you can have your thinking in some kind of note-taking system that's going to ultimately connect and give you back over the time. When we start talking about the technical, let's have a quick discussion here. We're looking at your setup by understanding the methodology that's used, which is Markdown. And again, this might be all lingo and technical, but stay with me. I'm giving you the map of how we work our way through it. And believe me, this is going to get you there faster than if you try to just start working with the tool without having the conceptual understanding. There's plugins, there's themes, and there's hotkeys. Within it, there's a subset of features that we're going to get into, such as links and tags and metadata. But at the beginning, let's just start building. Again, I mentioned it up here. Build your MVP. Build that first system that's going to iterate, that's going to change, because that's how it's going to go faster for you. And then we started talking about like the ongoing usage. What are the things you can do day in and out as you start making your way forward, as you start thinking, as you start creating, as you start seeing what these tools are all about. So quick recap, we've kind of discovered and talked a little bit here about the changes required in your thinking. In particular, the number one is if you're starting not at the end, but at the beginning, and you knew what you were building ahead, how would that change for you? What would be different? What would be unique? What would be so special to you that you just couldn't resist, honestly? You'd be able to not only create faster, but you actually be able to make more and see that progress come through. Okay, my friend. So I'm excited about that because now with this in mind, we're able to actually start to make progress. And progress is defined as us identifying the tool, us seeing what's ahead, and then going from there. So let's go ahead and create now Obsidian. So what I want to do is walk you through the specifics of what do we actually need in order to get going, to start seeing really what's ahead, right? That, my friend, I think is super exciting because this tool, if I can take a minute, is going to change your life. It's changed mine, and I know very well why it's done so. It changes my life because I've actually been able to find my best thinking, to connect and realize there's just so much more out there. So let's go ahead and take a look at Obsidian and get started. Sound good? Here it is. This is Obsidian. Obsidian is a tool that you're seeing over here on my right of my screen. Yep, I think you can see it. Meant to sharpen your thinking. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and download Obsidian. Save it as your file, typically in your download folders. So we'll go ahead and do that. Open it, double click it. And what you're going to see here is some of the benefits of Obsidian is it's for you. This interface you see up here is what Obsidian looks like. It's like a note-taking app. Basically, you've got folders, you've got a writing screen, and this really cool graph feature. How does it all work? Let's explore it. Obsidian is free. It's offline. There's links, there's graphs, there's plugins, there's many features. But remember, our goal isn't to learn everything about Obsidian. It's to get moving and get started in creating. So once you've downloaded that, it'll be in your local folder. You'll see it on your machine. Download it, install it, double click it. Great. And what's going to happen next? After you've done that, you're going to be presented with a folder that looks just like this. And you'll see I currently have 2 folders, but I won't get into my particular setup. But the way, if you want to think about vaults, vaults are simply folders that we're working with here. We have, and I would recommend that you go ahead and create a new vault. You can name it whatever you like. Personally, I like putting my name on it and some sort of word that sparks. You'll see me use this term, which is, again, another shout out to Nick Milo. Sparks is that which resonates. So I might call this, just because I like it, I'm going to call it my Frank Creates Vault. Pick a location. When you open up this location, it's going to open up your Finder window, which you can put it, I recommend selecting your desktop. It's pretty clear. You won't see it here, but put it on your desktop for now. You can always change it. That's not the big key here. Go ahead and create it. And guess what? You just created Obsidian. In Obsidian, you will see something that looks as follows. So let me go ahead and pull that up. You're probably wondering right now, what is this? Not to fret. Obsidian is here. So let me go ahead and share what you're seeing. You should be seeing now this Frank Creates. Bam. There we have it. Maybe you see this and you're thinking like, whoa, what is this? Here's what we're going to do. Because from the get-go, seeing Obsidian like this throws many people off, and it's overwhelming and it's confusing, and that's not what we're here about. We know we have a purpose, and I will define this purpose as right now, making our note so that we're able to create. And you know what I'm going to do here? I actually set up a little action step. I'm going to go back to my image here. We're going to use Obsidian with 5 points in mind. We're going to make your first note, which you're seeing here. We're going to go ahead and connect it. We're going to have some kind of spark that connects it to another, order it, and then finally arrange it. Okay? So that's our plan right now of what we're doing.